See how it goes. I'm walking up now. Looks pretty normal from the outside. Oh man, guys. Here we go.
Who is it?
It's Sean.
What do you want, Sean?
I heard someone has lizards here and I wanted to check it out.
Oh wait, are you here for the rent a room? You want to rent the room?
Yes.
Okay, come on, let me show you
Alright.
where you're gonna be at over here. Just kidding. What's up, everybody? So how's it looking, Sean? Is it looking good?
It looks normal to me so far.
Did the people see you already?
Yes.
Do they know who you are?
Yes.
Okay, so anyone who's watching this video from the start, you're gonna see my buddy Sean. He was in Colorado, right? That's where you were?
Montana.
Oh, sorry, Montana. My wife's family's from Colorado. I'm getting the mountain states mixed up. So Montana, he's here back visiting in town. I worked with the guy at Allstate back when we worked together, and it's awesome. He's been through some life changes. We've been through some life changes down here. So we're just excited to have him here. He wanted to see our facility. He hasn't seen our facility yet. And you guys really haven't had the full tour yet. So we figured we would give you guys the tour at the same time as him. So I guess this is kind of welcome to our reptile crib. But I was joking. Sean, I was joking with you before, right? Because you were asking if we had a room that you could rent from us. Do you remember that?
I do.
And remember what I said to you?
What did you say?
I said, we have 3 spare bedrooms, but all of them are taken up by the reptiles, right? I was like, I'll try to work something out for you, but I don't know if I can.
Okay.
Well, I figured something out for you, Sean.
Oh,
check it out.
Oh my god.
This is you, bro. Look, breakfast table right here.
Yeah.
TV. Free Netflix, bro. Free
Not
Netflix
bad.
and Hulu.
Not bad.
Do not grab a drink from this wine cooler. It's not wine. It's actually eggs. But if you need some protein, please stay away from these eggs because these are our leopard gecko baby eggs.
Okay.
So let me see if our guard cat is here. I don't see her. She's a little bit shy. We rescued this cat from the Humane Society, which is a place that takes in like injured and animals and whatnot. This cat been through like 2 different homes and she was kind of traumatized. She's a wonderful, beautiful, sweet girl, but she has a little bit shyness to her. So we might see her here and about and around.
Okay.
But let's go outside first, Sean, and
Sure.
then we will come back inside.
And also, Lindsay Mary says hi.
Oh, hi, Lindsay Marie. Yeah, I was just talking to you, I think, about the roaches, and you've been tuning into the lives the last couple of days, so thank you so much. Let us know how the video's looking. Sean is going to be keeping an eye out on the chat so I can answer your guys' questions while we do the live tour. But come see some of our animals. So I apologize. I guys, when you have a reptile house, it's a mess. So I got a chance to clean up like 3 of our reptile bedrooms today. But the backyard, Sean, do a quick scan of the backyard. Look how, looks like a hurricane went through here. Tornado or something. So it is now warming back up here in Arizona, which means that the tegus, let me show you, Sean, this is where they've been sleeping. And maybe this is the room that I could have rented to you for $5 a month.
Oh yeah.
This is where they've been sleeping. What do you think of that room? I mean, you can't really go to the bathroom anywhere. There's not really much room to eat. But this is where the tegus sleep, guys. It just opens up. As you can see, they have a blanket in there for warmth so that they can... So it's actually funny, not funny, but it's actually really cool. Tegus were just discovered to be one of the few, if not one of the only cold-blooded reptiles that can actually make their blood warm, similar to a mammal. Isn't that pretty cool, Sean? So most reptiles need the sun completely to warm up their body temperature. Tegus have been shown in recent studies that they can actually increase their body temperature by up to 10 to 20 degrees as needed. That is some crazy information right there. So that blanket, that towel is cotton, and so when they're sleeping in there, they can keep themselves warm. So if anyone needs a tank, I'm thinking of a group deal on all these tanks if someone wants to buy all of these tanks over here.
Crescent Creature said he made it to the live stream.
All right, welcome, Crescent. Yeah, I was just talking to you. You're moving, right? And you were asking about how to safely move the geckos you have. So you want to put them in kind of smaller containers that doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. And as long as you're driving in a room temperatured car, like 70 to 80-degree car, they'll be perfectly fine in there. You could kind of poke a few holes if you want. 2 to 3 hours is not bad. They'll have enough oxygen in there, but if it makes you feel better, because I know it makes me feel better sometimes, poke some holes in there and then they will enjoy the ride. Sean, oh, I forgot about this room, Sean.
Oh,
Sean
man.
was looking for a room. Tell me what you think about this, man. It has a natural built-in outhouse.
Yeah?
Go ahead, check it out. You can go in. It has a bunk bed set up. If you want, you can sleep. You know what I mean? Look right up there.
I love it, but I don't like the privacy. I feel like
There's
there's
not
no
enough privacy.
No.
Okay. Well, we can probably secure some plywood here for you or something.
Okay.
So this, guys, is our Sailfin Dragon cage. I will show you guys the Sailfin Dragons later. They are so cool. They're like literally beasts of the sky. They look really awesome. They look so much like a dragon. So this is their cage. It is 8 feet long, 6 feet high, 4 feet wide, and it will house them as soon as the weather starts warming up, which it's starting to, which gets me back to my point about the tegus. The tegus are now beginning to be out and about because the weather is warming up. So we're shifting them. We're doing the shuffle every night. We bring them in because it's still kind of cool, and then every day we bring them out. The ones that are starting to wake up. Some of them are still sleeping, like Sleeping Beauty, but let's see. Yeah, they're all kind of... This tegu is still sleeping, but I like to take them out every couple of days to give them a chance to go to the bathroom. So this tegu is sleeping, this tegu is sleeping. These two tegus are starting to wake up. And so I will show you. Where's my glove? You see my gloves, Sean?
I don't.
I don't either. Because they will tear your hands up with their claws. They're pretty crazy.
Oh, man.
So let me actually show you Rex. He's my nicest boy.
Awesome. Well, while you do that, Crescent said we are finally moving up to Flagstaff. We finally have successfully pairing between my giant snow, both Tremper male, and my female.
Okay, congratulations. Yeah, giant snow Tremper male and female. That's gonna make some great combinations. I mean, I love the giant gene.
Taz says, wow, awesome to see you and your collection.
Oh, thanks, Taz. So this is Rex. He's probably one of the only tegus that I have that I feel confident enough to handle barehanded. Yes, he will scratch me up. Come on, look, watch. He'll come up. Come on, Rex. He thinks there's food coming. And we're actually going to feed... Yeah, we're going to feed him later. I'll show you how we de-thaw their food. But check this boy out. He'll kind of nibble at you if he thinks that you have food. But he's never aggressively bitten me before. But he has nibbled at me. He's like bitten my ankles and stuff, thinking I have food for him. He's going to scratch at my shirt, but he'll just climb on you. They're so sweet. I mean, look at this. This is like real live dinosaur right here, guys. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good scratch. That's oh, that hurts, guys.
Taz wants to know, what are some projects you're looking to start with your tegus?
So we work with 3 different colors right now. Two different colors right now. Red tegus and black and white tegus. We have the high white red tegus, which is tegus that have been selectively bred for clean white patterning along with the red patterning. And then we have these beautiful, beautiful black and white tegus right here. And so those are the projects that we are mainly working on right now with tegus. I would like to get into albino reds, but right now they're a little bit expensive and very few people are selling them. To buy an albino red, you're looking at maybe like $10,000 just for one animal. And so since this is only going to be my first year breeding tegus, I don't want to have us spend that much money until we are confident with the process and how things go. But I love tegus, guys. I love them. You know, I love leopard geckos. They offer their own niche in the reptile world of creativity because they have so many different colors and patterns. They're small. They're easy to take care of. Tegus, on the other hand, are obviously not small. and they do require different care. It's not hard care, but it is different care. They just offer something different. You know, every animal offers something different that you can enjoy about that animal. So, and they will scratch you up, guys, like crazy. So there are these little arm sleeves that you could buy off Amazon. I just haven't bought any yet. It's hard to see the comments in the sun, huh? So
Leon wants to say, hurry up and get to the leopard geckos.
So this is going to be a full house tour today. We're going to do everything. Sean's even going to come along and help me with some husbandry care of the leopard geckos and the ball pythons here in a little bit. But this is Sean's first time here, guys. So he's experiencing this along with you.
I have not died yet, guys.
I have not died yet. Oh, Sean, Sean was in the car when we drove, I think it was like 2 hours to go pick this guy up and 2 other ones up. So I am going to see if Big Red wants to eat real quick. So if you wait here, Sean.
All right.
We are going to try to feed Big Red right here because he's due for a meal. He's been up spontaneously for the last like 2 to 3 weeks. I drop him into his cage every like 3 days and then put him in his sleeping cage. But he has not eaten a meal yet coming out of brumation. So we're going to try to get him a meal. And there's our guard cat. Check it out, Sean.
Oh, man.
See, she's been waiting to come outside all day. We have to observe her when she comes outside because if not, she'll jump up onto the walls and then she could go into a neighbor's yard or something. So I'm going to go get a live mouse that we have to feed to this tegu here, and let's see if he eats it. Oh, but you can't see, Sean, because you have to experience the room and everything for the first time after I come back.
All right, we will wait.
All right, guys, so I know it's kind of sad. I don't enjoy feeding these little fuzzy creatures to the reptiles, but the reptiles have to eat, right? And sometimes a live prey item or an actual like whole prey item where they have bones and fat and protein all in one is one of the best things that you can provide for the animal. So I'm going to see if Big Red is going to eat this live for us. So just turn away if you don't want to see. I'm going to see if he's interested first, Sean, and then we will see. Then I'll get it on film. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to see. So go ahead and you see his head right there, Sean?
Yep.
We're going to throw this mouse by him so that he has a chance to see it. And then if the mouse doesn't get eaten, then we can pull the mouse out and try to feed it to one of the other tegus. So let's see if he notices it. He does. He's going for it. He's definitely going for it. As soon as he gets it, there we go. He got it. You see, it's like that. Jurassic Park. Remember the scene from Jurassic Park where the T-Rex eats the goat?
Yeah.
Where'd the goat go? So I'm sorry, guys, if you didn't want to see that. There we go. He's not used to eating something live, but I wanted to give him something really nutritious right now. Let's close this, and then I want to make sure he eats the mouse. So we're going to go check it out.
All right, we have a couple of questions.
What you got, Sean?
Well, first, Cash wants to know how I'm liking the spot. You know, I like it a lot. You know, this guy's a great guy.
Oh, how you're liking the spot.
Yeah, how I'm liking the spot.
Okay.
And then the next question we have is from Crested. What are your thoughts on the Black Knight Leopard Geckos? He's been super tempted to save up
There's the.
a breeding pair for them.
Check it out on video and I'll answer the question too.
Awesome.
Black Knight leopard geckos are really cool. They're unlike any other genetic mutation or color in leopard geckos right now. So if you can save up for one, that's great. I would encourage you to do so. There are a couple of things that you... Oh my God.
Oh no.
That was absolutely insane. Okay, he's finishing the rat right now, though. You can see that.
We see that.
So that is good. So this is his first meal after 3 months of sleeping and being in brumation. So I wanted it to be a nice, healthy meal for him.
I'm glad I got to watch it all.
Yeah. Now with, let me touch on the Black Knight real quick. There's a couple issues that Black Knights can have, but not in every instance. And I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I did not tell you about these issues. Because Black Knights are about 12 years into inbreeding to get that kind of quality of darkness, sometimes, not every time, some of the geckos will be smaller, grow slower, and I've even heard of some people saying that they've had fertility issues with the females. Now, obviously, Black Knights are actually becoming more popular in America, so not every one of those instances is going to happen in every single Black Knight leopard gecko. But if you're going to buy a Black Knight leopard gecko, be selective and specific over who you buy it from, and look at the parents to see, okay, was the mom small and the dad normal, or vice versa, so you can have an idea, how is this baby going to turn out? Is it going to be a little bit small? Is it going to be a normal size? So that's kind of my input on that. Other than that, they're just like any other leopard gecko. They're just heavily inbred, which is why we are working on right now outcrossing the Black Knight into fresh bloodlines, such as Afghanicus, Turkmenicus, Fasciolatus, and other macularis bloodlines, so that they can get fresh blood into the Black Knight line. But when you do that, when you take a pure Black Knight and you breed it to a non-pure Black Knight to create fresh blood, the babies are only going to be like 50% black or 25% black. And so you have to start that line breeding all over again, where you're breeding the darkest ones back to each other, back to back, so that you can eventually come up with an all-black gecko. Kind of worried about this guy. I hope the hide didn't fall on his tail, so I'm going to check on him real quick. I don't think it did. It didn't look like it. But that thing came down hard, huh, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see how he walks. Let's see his tail. I like getting in with dinosaurs. He gets all mad. He gets mad at me when I'm in this cage. He's huffing and puffing at me. Yeah, he's curled around in there. He looks good. I'm just making sure he didn't get hurt. You okay, buddy? He's huffing and puffing like crazy. Let's see, I'm gonna tickle him to get him to come out, just so I can look at him, get a good look at him. How you doing, pal? I named him Big Red, like the gum. There was a gum, Big Red, right?
I think there was.
He's just waiting to launch at me. I can just see it. See that?
Ooh.
And they actually have really strong jaws and really fairly sharp teeth. So you do need to be careful with this species. I don't know where my gloves are. Otherwise, I would have gloves on. And they can whip. Their tail whip. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It looks like, sometimes after I get done dealing with them, it looks like I got, what is it, like the lashes, like how they used to do in the army or like back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Super Troopers? No. Stormship Troopers, where they go to the planet and they fight those giant beetles, and that one guy gets in trouble and he gets like lashes on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that. So I think he's okay. I'm just gonna touch him with my foot, because if he bites my shoe, it's not as bad as biting my hand. Just so I can observe his tail here. And so he looks good, guys. We're going to call it good for him. He did not receive an injury from that hide falling. Super happy about that.
Awesome. Crescent wants to tell you his fiance and him had an idea of bringing 2 black knights from 2 different bloodlines, both fairly dark, to see if they could try to clean up the lineage a little bit.
Yeah, I'll talk about that right now. So, I didn't see if the cat got out. She did get out. She loves being in the bushes over there. Watch. You see her in the bushes? That's her jam right there. That's her spot. So we need to chase her back in, but let me answer that question real quick in the shade. So yeah, you do want to outcross the Black Knight as much as possible. If you got a Black Knight from one breeder and another Black Knight from another breeder, most likely those 2 Black Knights still came from the original breeder in Europe anyway. So the blood that you have from those 2 different breeders is probably, there's a good chance that the blood is already very similar. It doesn't mean that it is. I'm just saying the Black Knight project is so new, a lot of people haven't had time to outcross successfully into completely fresh bloodlines yet. So that's something that you want to be aware of. But if you had the choice to buy one from one breeder and one from another breeder, that is the best bet. It sounds like you're on top of it. They're obviously very expensive, but if you can afford it, and here's the thing, guys, when you're working with live animals, you could buy a $10,000 animal, but it doesn't mean that animal is going to survive. It doesn't mean that animal is going to thrive. It doesn't mean that animal is going to breed. You have to be okay with that as the breeder that says, you know what? In a worst case scenario, if I spend $1,000 or $2,000 on this animal and it doesn't breed for me, I'm okay with that. If you're okay with that, then by all means, go ahead and proceed. But if you're not okay with that, maybe take a second and pause to think to yourself, are there any other morphs that I want to work with that are a little bit lower cost that I would be okay if that animal didn't breed, if that animal spontaneously died on me or caught a disease or a parasite or something? Just questions that you have to ask yourself. Which is why we have such a large collection over here, because if one animal for us does not breed, we have hundreds of other animals that can breed. And so it covers the spread, if that makes sense. Was there any other questions, Sean? Let's get this cat inside here.
No, not at the moment.
She's running your way. There she goes. Effie, we're going to put you in the spotlight, honey. All right, so we're going to go inside. I need to wash my hands, soap and water, because anytime you go from one species to another, that's what you want to do, if possible. Which is why reptile shows, the breeders at reptile shows can get kind of anxious sometimes when new people come to their table that they don't know. And they will oftentimes have hand sanitizer and stuff so that before you touch any of their animals, you could use hand sanitizer. Because I'm home, I'm just going to use soap and water. But there is no quality control at reptile shows. Anybody can vend at a reptile show. And sometimes there are vendors that are known to have mites or parasites or issues. So you want to do your research ahead of time before you go to a show so that you know, okay, I want to stay away from this breeder. I don't want to buy from this breeder because this breeder is known to have problems with their animals. You know, you could just read the reviews. Not every review is true, right? There's a lot of people that have said, you know, bad things about me in the past just because they don't agree with the size tub that I use to keep the geckos in, or some of the projects that I'm trying to clean up and work on. And so they'll automatically just say like horrible things about you and your business. So there's a lot of false stuff out there, but there's also a lot of true stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can find about whether somebody's business is reliable or not. So look at all the, what is it called, Sean? All the reviews and stuff?
All the reviews.
All the reviews on someone's channel or page. Get to know them. This is why I really like live streams, because you get to know who somebody is and So I hope that helps. Sean, are you thirsty, man?
Oh, you know what? I am.
You know what? Let's head over to our new refrigerator, which we picked up for $100. We got a deal, smoking deal on it, and it's going to become our new reptile refrigerator. It's in the garage. I need to do a mental check to make sure. Let me check to make sure I just locked this cage. Be right back. Oh, now we can really observe Big Red. Here, come check him out real quick, Sean. He's out now. We could get closer. Now he's basking. He just ate a mouse. But he is in brumation shed right now. He has not even shed his hibernation or his brumation layer. When he sheds his brumation layer, he'll be like a bright red and white. It's really cool. But he did not injure his tail in the fall. Yay. So happy about that. He obviously is hungry. He ate that mouse. And cool beans. So I just want to make sure, guys, I'm super OCD sometimes on making sure things are clean or locked, etc. There's his girlfriend. She hasn't shed yet either. She is a high white red tegu as well. She's a sweet girl. She makes you think she's going to bite you. Like she gets in your head. She's like, you know I can bite you anytime I want, but she never does. So
Serena says, yo.
What's up, Serena? Good to see you here. I'm just going through the house tour with my good friend Sean here. We're moving from the outside section into the room. So how does NTV Cribs do it? Okay, let's move to the bedrooms now.
Awesome. Serena also says, why aren't you in Florida? And then we have another question after her.
Why am I not in Florida?
Why aren't you in Florida?
So we're in Arizona. Florida right now is actually Florida right now, I need to find the cat, guys. Otherwise, this cat can jump over to the neighbor's yard. But Florida is currently going through the worst reptile attack in the nation. There's a lot of states right now that are under attack for reptiles, meaning that the state is trying to pass a bill that says if any reptile, if any animal can survive in our habitat, we don't want it here because we don't want an unnatural infestation to happen. I'm sure you guys know about what's going on in Florida with the Burmese pythons, the tegus. They have just began to run rampant and kill all of the natural ecosystem. So Florida is the worst place. They're getting hit the hardest right now as far as rules and regulations. But the good news is that in the reptile community, we have this great organization called USARK. And they fight for your rights as an animal keeper to have exotic animals. And they are fighting to overturn and stop these bills from being passed.
And I'm sorry, I need to make a correction. Serena said, wait, aren't you in Florida?
Oh, no, we're in Arizona, yeah.
Awesome. And then Crested, he has a question.
Yeah,
are giant female leopard geckos a rarity or something? I rarely see any of them for sale.
I wouldn't say they're a rarity. I would just say that less people are breeding for super giants and giants. If you want super giants or giant leopard geckos, I have the #1 breeder that I could recommend to you guys. It's called Calico Geckos. K-A-L-I-C-O, Calico Geckos. That's the guy that we bought all of our Black Knight project from. He was going to take the Black Knight project and put it into super giants, but it was going to take him years to do it, a lot of time, a lot of focus. He has a family and a full-time job. He didn't want to put the effort in if somebody was willing to buy the entire Black Knight project from him. So that's why we bought 7 Black Knight geckos from him. But he focuses specifically on giant and super giant leopard geckos, Calico Geckos, K-A-L-I-C-O. And I'm sorry, Sean, I gotta get you, let me get you the water. It's probably, you never know where anything is in a reptile house. It just all gets, there's Effie. Say hi, Effie. This is Sean, and that's the viewers. Oh, yeah, she's really a sweet girl. She meows, watch. Go ahead, she'll meow at me. How you doing? You need food? Or no, you okay? She's such a sweet girl, but she is a little traumatized from her last couple of houses, so she's very, like, antsy.
Crescent also wants to say, isn't the same thing happening in New York City? I saw it on someone's story, Instagram story.
Yes, the same thing is happening in New York, I believe Louisiana, and there's a bunch of states, guys. The entire nation, there's like 10 different states that are under attack trying to pass these bills. So if you have the chance to support an organization that you're looking for, a charitable chance, usark.com or .net, I forget which one it is, but USARK. They're the ones that are advocating and fighting for us against the people that are trying to pass these bills. And it's not even like the government that's trying to pass it. It's organizations that are trying to, it's like animal rights organizations that are trying to sneak these bills into legislation without the government really fully knowing or fully understanding what is all in those bills. So I'm going to have to give you a cup, brother. Is that okay?
Oh, you're fine.
There you go, man.
Serena says, yeah, it's crazy because even if it doesn't directly affect you, it's one animal at a time. Yes.
And I'm sure you guys saw last year where Florida it was only Florida. They were going through the tegu ban, the tegu and iguana ban. And it actually passed, and USARK fought against it and got it overturned. Well, those animal rights groups were not so happy about that, and they've come back full force this year in 2021, and they're going after multiple states at once. They're trying to throw a whole bunch of dust up in the air and see what settles, but USARK is doing their best. They're obviously not a multi-million-dollar charitable organization like some of these animal rights groups. They have lots of access to funds and money. So if you have the ability to help USARK, go to their website, and I think you can. Is that you, Sean?
That is my
Go ahead, pick that up if you need to, bro.
No, man, I ain't doing that.
I ain't doing that. Are you on duty right now?
I am not. Hey, I have a question for you. I know I can't, stop looking at your shirt. Can I see your shirt?
Oh, sure, yeah. This is our first shirt design. We're gonna come up with different, shirt designs and materials and stuff. It's the thicker material. Because honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I run around a lot, I sweat a lot, so the thicker material absorbs my sweat a little bit more, and it doesn't embarrass me and make me show like sweat stains as much and stuff. But there you go, that's the shirt. The first design says Geckos for you, and then on the back, what does it say, Sean?
It's kind of hard to read, but it says Geeky Gecko Creations in your family.
So it's Geckos for you and your family on the back. But we could put any words you want here. We could put your name, your company name, whatever. It just surrounds by our logo. So
how do we buy a shirt?
So the best way to buy merchandise like this would be to email me, because we don't have any on stock right now. So I would have to special order from the company that we partner with. So email me at geekygecko.creations@gmail.com. We also sell heat tape. And I will show that to you what that is. We sell dubia roaches and heat tape. And I will give my dubia roach spiel real quick because I know a lot of people have probably heard it. Dubia roaches are probably one of the best ways to make money in the reptile world, because every pet shop around you within 20 miles of where you live wants dubia roaches from you because they can't get enough from breeders. The entire nation is sold out of dubia roaches right now. So if you want to start a colony from us for $50, email me again, geekygecko.creations@gmail.com. We'll get you a colony started for $50. Don't touch it. Just let that colony grow for a year, and you'll have a colony that can make you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars within 12 to 16 months on a consistent basis.
Awesome. So drink that water. We got a couple comments. Serena wanted to say, hey, Frank's friend. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a look. Do the flippy camera thing.
Do the flippy camera. All right. Hello,
so
I have my glasses, but...
Tell them your name. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Sean.
Okay, we have some other comments, but my name is Sean. I am just hanging out with Frankie right here.
How do you know me, Sean?
Oh, he's a great guy from Allstate.
Where you're in good hands.
We are in good hands.
I almost wanted to work for Gecko.
Yeah,
because they have the Gecko.
Geckos, yep. And then we have some other people.
Okay.
Crescent says, don't get me wrong. I see why some animal rights activists start these issues, such as some venomous species being hard to own, but it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, no, I I totally agree with you. There needs to be a balance, right? Some kind of checks and balance and control. And I'm not against the animal rights people. It's great what they do, but some of the stuff they do, as well as I'm sure you guys know, it's not going to help. What's the name? So it's, for example, it's kind of bad to say, but they're trying to stop people in Florida from even catching tegus in the wild and selling them to other people in the United States. Well, what happens when you stop people from catching the wild tegus, which you're trying to stop, and selling them to other people in other states? The wild population is just going to continue to grow. And then unfortunately, they pass stuff out there which are like kill laws. Like anybody can go out in Florida and kill iguanas, kill tegus, kill Burmese pythons. And, I love reptiles, so it hurts my heart a little bit to see mass genocide of these animals. And it doesn't even seem to really be making that big of an effect, right? Because no matter what, as human beings, we're never going to get rid of all of the Burmese pythons. We're never going to get rid of all the tegus. We're never going to get rid of all of these invasive species. So, that's kind of my thoughts on it a little bit, but.
Awesome. And then Serena says, yeah, someone once said, if every time an animal got loose, we banned them, it would be stupid. Like a dog could live and does in many situations. It's so annoying.
Yeah, if you think about it, cats and dogs and certain rat species, and there's so much in America that is not native to America already. So why pick on the reptiles? They're picking on the reptiles. And, I always like to be vulnerable and honest with people. My honest opinion, and maybe this does not go in agreement with what you think is right, but I like having native reptile species here, or I like having reptile species here in America, more varied reptile species, because I'm a reptile lover, right? So it makes me excited to see that tegus are now a part of American life. Think of this for a second. Tegus have only been in South America for the last 1,000 years or 2,000 years. Now they're actually in North America and making their home here permanently. No matter what laws they pass, no matter how many tegus we kill, there's always thousands and tens of thousands that are going to survive. So personally, maybe this isn't what you want to hear, but I think it's pretty cool that North America now has native dinosaurs.
Awesome. Crescent says, bro, I certainly need some heating tape. I just don't know how to use it.
I will show you. Anybody who ever has any questions, email me, geekygeckocreations@gmail.com. I'll set up a phone time with you. I'll call you. I'll video chat you. By the way, Crescent, I can also either meet you, ship tape to you, or I could pre-assemble the heat tape for you. Let me show you the heat tape here real quick. Guys, so we are now a distributor of Flex Watt heat tape. This is the #1 heat tape and heat source that you can use for your belly heat animals, such as ball pythons, leopard geckos, fat-tailed geckos, any animal that needs a heat source. This is the #1 tape to use because it has a protective coating of plastic on the top and on the bottom, so that as you're sliding that tub over it, it has the most minimal chance out of all the heat tape that's out there of having any fire issues. And if you really want to be extra safe, do what I do, which is put extra Gorilla Tape or Scotch tape on top of this, and the heat goes right through the Gorilla Tape, and the Gorilla Tape protects this from getting scratched up. So if you need a pre-assembled heat tape strip or heat tape strips, we can do that for you and ship it out to you as well.
Awesome. We got a couple more questions and comments.
Yeah.
Crescent also wants to ask, isn't the kill law the same in Arizona and Texas for like coyotes, since they are considered invasive and a threat to livestock?
You know what? Oh, whoa, these creatures are crazy. I'm trying to show you guys the Sailfin Dragons. They're so cool. But yes. You know what? Sorry, I don't know about the kill law for coyotes and stuff, so I can't really comment on that. But if a law like that exists, it's kind of sad, guys, but you can actually go on YouTube, and there are YouTubers that show how they kill the pythons, how they kill the iguanas, shooting them with bows and stuff like that. And yes, I understand animal control and quality control, and maybe there's other animals that, because I'm a reptile lover, I kind of have a little bit bias towards like not liking to see that. You know what I mean?
Awesome. And then Serena wants to mention, oh my God, Frank, didn't we say not to shave?
Yeah. Yeah. So the overall vote was don't shave. And I wanted to create this whole video where like I'm someone else and Sean was showing up at my door. But anyway, we started the video the way we did. But sometimes you just need freshness, right? It's like taking a shower for your face. After having a beard on there for so long, sometimes you just need to shave it. And then actually I'm probably gonna, because my wife really likes the beard too, I'm probably gonna grow it back. But instead of thin strips, it's gonna be thicker strips, but not long. So it's not gonna be long, it's just gonna be thicker.
Awesome. And then we have one more question. Serena wants to know, what are your options on overhead heating for Leos or providing UVB for leopard geckos?
So UVB is not gonna hurt leopard geckos. There's actually new studies, new research that people are trying to do to show that it helps leopard geckos, but by no means is that research conclusive, because leopard geckos have been in the American hobby for 30 years. In that time period, it was concluded that leopard geckos and ball pythons do not need any UVB. And so that's how we've been keeping them for 30 years. They've been surviving, they've been living. Ron Tremper had, who's the godfather of the leopard gecko world, he like helped pioneer and start our whole leopard gecko community. He had a leopard gecko in his book that he said was like 25 years old and still breeding. So all of those factors into existence show that UVB is not really necessary. That being said, calcium is necessary. And I'll show you the little calcium once we get to the leopard gecko room. But vitamin, I think it's vitamin D3 is absorbed outside by the animals when they are in natural sunlight. And leopard geckos still need vitamin D3 to help them absorb the calcium into their body. So then you might be saying, Frank, how do leopard geckos get vitamin D3? Glad you asked. A lot of reptile calcium supplements that you buy already come with D3 in it, so that you don't need UVB, you don't need the sun, and the D3 will naturally help the animal digest its meal. Now, snakes don't need D3. Obviously, they're just eating live rats and that's it. But leopard geckos, it's very commonly accepted that they need calcium and vitamin D3.
Awesome. Crested wants to also say, personally, I believe if they got like a rescue group together to get these animals who've been dumped, to rehab them and give them a safe place to live. And then he said, I'll send you a message on Instagram about the heat tape. We'll probably get some already set up once I move to Flagstaff.
Yes, please do. You could go to my website and fill out a contact form. You could email me personally, geekygecko@gmail.com. You could send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Sean, I just wondered if you can like get close to this guy.
Yeah.
Sailfin Dragon, guys, one of my favorite species that is not leopard gecko. Look at the way he looks at you, like a dinosaur. Like he's literally looking at you like, hey, what's going on? He's observing everything right now. This guy is just a juvenile. He has a lot of growing to do. I think he's a male because, Sean, do you see that? I don't want to move too much, but do you see that kind of spine on his neck?
Yeah.
That spine gets bigger and bigger for males and across their backs and across their tails until they literally look like Godzilla. Check these guys out. If you haven't researched these guys before, Sailfin Dragons. Look at the images on Google. They look like Godzilla. It's insane. And they're so nice, easy to keep. They're pretty friendly. Obviously, I don't get to spend a lot of time with these guys, but they'll always run up to the top of your shoulder. They're very calm. You know what I mean? They can be trained. Let me put it that way.
Awesome. So we got a couple other things. So Serena wants to know, what about a DHP or halogen bulb? And I like to provide him with UVB But as you know, Oren is an albino. I read today albinos get skin cancer from that. Is this true?
I've never heard about the skin cancer thing, but I have heard about albino tegus and albino leopard geckos have light sensitivity in their eyes to the sun, and some tegus have even went blind. Now, because we don't keep our leopard geckos out in the sun like tegus are kept out in the sun, there's a chance that leopard geckos would also go blind if they were exposed to direct UVB or direct sunlight a lot. But as long as your UVB is not overpowering, you need to do a little bit of research on what bulb is correct for you. But if you take a look at our UVB here, these UVBs are not overpowering. So that's the UVB right there, Sean. You see that? That big linear long bulb?
Oh, yeah.
The long one?
Yeah.
So that long bulb is a lower powered UVB light. So it's not, and these are desert species, but you want to pick the correct UVB light for whether you have a forest species or a desert species. Forest species will be weaker amounts of UVB strength and radiation, but desert ones will be, obviously stronger. So I've never heard of the skin cancer thing in leopard geckos. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I've just never heard of it. Could I personally see it being true? Sure. If you think about human beings who have fair skin have a higher risk of developing skin cancer, right? So I would imagine it could be the same with leopard geckos. Geckos with fair skin have a higher chance of developing cancer when exposed to UVB. So that's another reason why I would recommend having multiple hides for the gecko so it can get out of that UVB.
Awesome. So we got a couple new people. We got Zeus Gecko.
Oh yeah, what's up, Zeus?
He's just cool lizard man. He looks very intelligent.
They are super intelligent. They'll eat right out of your hand like that too. They're pretty cool.
And then we got Jay Netherton.
What's up, Jay?
What's up? And we got some other comments from Crested and Serena.
Okay.
Crested says, I've heard with DHP and certain brands of halogen bulbs that there have been some leopard geckos who had form of skin cancer, most of them being snow and albino morphs.
Okay, yeah. Now, if you have access to that research, email it to me because then I can read through the research and find out more about it. Leopard geckos are just now beginning to become more and more researched in labs. For example, there was a lot of lemon frost geckos that were sent off to research studies to determine whether the lemon frost or how the lemon frost gene is potentially linked to tumorous growths. So you got to understand, there's not a lot of money in the science world to research this stuff. So anyone who's researching it is doing it on a very low budget and a very low scale. Whenever you claim that research is 100% valid, it needs to be done on a large pool of testing, right? So, and there has to be a decent amount of money, finances, resources, brain power that's put into it, rebuttals, right? You can't just say, because, whatever, you can't just say the earth is flat and then not try to test it. You know what I mean? So same thing with any kind of disease. It needs to be thoroughly tested, and the leopard gecko, the reptile world is not really that thoroughly tested by scientific departments. I'm sure you could imagine why. There's not a lot of need for it in the science world compared to like human testing and stuff.
Awesome. So Serena, going back to the last comment, she wants to know, but he is also an eclipse. So what does that mean for his eyes?
Uh-oh. They will always try to climb up, guys. Check that out. Look how cool that is. So is he albino and eclipse? Which I think he is. If he's albino and eclipse, then that means any gecko that is albino, you'll see they will close their eyes a lot more. They have a lot more light sensitivity. So you do need to be careful about exposing them to unnecessary amounts of UVB or direct sunlight. Just make sure they always have a place to hide, and they'll be perfectly fine.
Awesome. Big LED says, "Hey bud, on your roaches, what's the best way to heat them?"
What's the best way to get them, he said?
Heat them.
Oh.
Like, heat them.
So again, we are now a distributor of the world's #1 and safest heat tape source. If you know how this stuff works, FlexWatt heat tape is a great source that you could roll out underneath your cockroach tub and hook up, roll out underneath your cockroach tub, and it will heat the bottom of the tub over only one section, not the whole tub, only over one section, like half of the cockroach tub, and then that will give them some extra heat to kind of scurry down and, you know, linger around if they want. You can also use other types of reptile heat pads or heat sources, whatever you might have available to you. There's reptile cable, that's literally like a wire and it radiates off heat. There's reptile pads, which you can buy from Amazon, OfferUp, eBay, like anywhere. And then there's reptile tape, heat tape. And then there's the naturalistic approach. Let me show you real quick the naturalistic approach. Make sure everyone's in there. And what are we going to do before we move on to the next room, guys? Do you remember the answer, Sean? Before you move from one species to another?
No. What's it?
You wash your hands.
You wash your hands?
Now, you don't have to because you're not touching different species, but we're about to move into... I have 3 separate room setups here, guys. I have a purely leopard gecko room, and then I have a purely snake room, and then I have a miscellaneous room. The miscellaneous room has like a bearded dragon in it, some crested gargoyle geckos, ribbon snakes. That's the room we were just in, Sailfin Dragons. Whenever I move from one room to the next, I always wash my hands really well.
Awesome. So, Crested wants to say, "I'll send it to you ASAP." So he said, "I'll send it to you ASAP." There's a few pages and images showing how it develops. In regards to the Eclipse gene, they haven't found issues with the eyes, just the skin.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I would love to give that a read and see what their scientific studies have done. One way to know the answers to scientific questions is through data and testing, and we hope to do a lot of that here, right? And that's why I spend a lot of time every day making sure I record specific data. Is a female laying an infertile egg? Is, you know, whatever data points I'm recording, when did she start ovulating? When did she breed? Did she reject the male any specific amount of times? All of that data we're trying to gather so that we can help grow the hobby. But getting back to the cockroaches, here's the natural way I heat cockroaches. My house gets hit by the sun half of the day along this side of it, and these rooms actually heat up pretty well. So I use that to my advantage. Cockroaches do best in 80 to 90 degrees, so let's check out the temperature in this room. So I close off the vent so that no cold air is going to pump in here. And take a look at that temperature right there, Sean. What's the temperature on the cool side of the room?
Oh, man.
87. What's the temperature on the hot side of the room? 88. Now, if I was to take this temperature gun and put it at the top of the room, what does that say? 90. So what was the temperature zone that I told you is good for cockroaches? Anyone who can remember, what did you think, Sean? What do you think?
Temperature zone?
I know you're focusing on recording, but...
You know, 88? 89?
Close. 80 to 90.
Okay.
Cockroaches. So take a look, Sean. We are experimenting with the best temperature to breed cockroaches in. These roaches are at 90 degrees. These roaches are at like 90 to 91 degrees. These roaches are anywhere between like 80 to 90 degrees. These roaches down here, they're anywhere between 85 to like 88 degrees. So we are, again, data, right? Through this data, I can see, do the roaches on top produce more babies? Do the roaches in the cooler atmosphere produce more babies? And I can get you guys some more specific numbers. But if you look, what's that temperature at the bottom there, Sean?
83.
83, 84. So you can see that this section is set up in the lower 80s, and the rest of this is set up in the higher 80s into the... You don't want to go past 90 as much as possible. That's why I'm actually considering closing my blinds right now, which is what I'm going to do. Because there was another study showing that if you keep dubia roaches consistently, it was something like, it was close to like 97 to 100 degrees, they will die. But I don't want to push that barrier, right? So I read a study from Dubia Depot, you know, dubiadepot.com, where they found that the best temperature to breed roaches at is between that 80 to 90 zone. Guys, we got a special package here. Who do you think that's from, Sean? Can you see who that's from?
Frank.
It's for Frank.
Frank.
I'm Frank, bro. I'm Frank.
From
I don't know if it says who it's from.
Gecko. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know who Geckopia is?
Who is?
He's a friend of ours. Anyone on the chat who knows who Geckopia is, I don't know. I don't know. But we have a gift from him. This is a gift. He took it out of the kindness of his heart to send his... I won't say what it is. We're going to open it live.
Awesome. We have some comments.
Okay.
Crescent said, from what I saw, they used 5 to 8 different bulbs, tracked how it developed, and which bulb acted faster, along with a variety of gecko morphs. I'm hoping they film about it soon. And Big LED, he guessed 80 to 90 degrees. And he also asked, how big of a roach can an adult leopard gecko eat?
So, let me show you. Oh, I got colonies on the ground, Sean. Why am I going up into the sky?
And then we have a comment from Serena after this.
The biggest roach that I like to feed leopard geckos. Actually, we have the door open, so I'm gonna open because it's gonna give us a little better light. The biggest roach that I like to feed leopard geckos is a male dubia roach. It's skinny enough to where the gecko can easily swallow it, but it's thick enough to where it gives it really good nutritional benefit. So check this out. Who do we got here? Who do we have that is a good eater? That one's a little small. This is what I give to an adult leopard gecko, not a baby, not a juvenile. Dubia roaches actually have pretty strong exoskeletons, pretty strong shells. Babies can struggle with it. They might get it down, like smaller animals, they might get it down, but to me, it's not the most safe because dubia roaches are actually pretty sharp, and they might be able to hurt your gecko or your animal while it's swallowing if it's too big. And animals don't, you know, they don't know how to stop themselves sometimes. They will tackle things that are bad for them. Let's see if this girl wants to eat. I don't know if she does. But I try to feed it to him like this. Actually, this is exactly how I do it. I take a tongue. I clip on the butt of the roach, and then I allow the gecko to attack the head. So it's all in perfect formation, ready for it to be consumed. I don't know. Not every gecko likes it. I would say 8 out of 10 geckos like the dubia roaches. Some of them don't know what it is. Some of them don't like it. Others of them just need to try it for the first time. So see, this one's not interested. So let's go. Oh, sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Let's see if this one wants it. Yep, locked on. I can see. It wants it. Oh, see, the roach actually, like, its legs are really sticky. I'm surprised he didn't take it. Usually when they lock on like that, they take it. This guy likes it, but they're all sleeping right now, guys. It is daytime. I mean, it is, daytime. So they're all sleeping. But who is awake? This girl's awake. Let's see if we can get some action from her. She's not really showing much interest.
Awesome. I'm gonna read some comments while you do that.
Yeah.
So Serena wants to say, feed a gecko an insect that isn't bigger than the space between their eyes.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb.
Because they don't really chew, so they kind of just swallow. And then she says, Oren eats pretty much anything, but he loves his mealworms.
Yeah.
And Crested has a question. The female gecko you just tried
Here we
to
go.
feed, the roach, what is her morph? I have a female that looks exactly like her.
She's a
It's
Tremper
darker.
albino tangerine.
Mm.
I'll show you in a second. Ah, come on, do you want it? She might not want it. Yeah, they're all... This girl's awake, and check her out. She's in her water bowl. She's taking a jacuzzi right now. She's in the spa. She's at the spa. She's got a hot tub.
You want something to eat too?
She normally... Yeah, look, she's locking. See that? You see that? You see that?
Oh.
When they lock on like that,
Mm.
they want it.
Oh, we found the winner.
Winner, winner. Cockroach dinner?
Yes,
Cockroach
awesome.
lunch?
So, Miroslav, if you snap the roach's neck, it's easier for them to get it down.
Yeah, I've done that before. I'll pull the roach in half sometimes and feed it to smaller geckos. But personally, I mainly stick with mealworms. The only reason I fed a roach right now is because somebody asked. And then every once in a while, if a female is looking a little bit skinny during breeding season, I'll give her a roach. Or sometimes if I happen to have an extra roach in my hand and I just want a gecko to eat it, I'll give it to one of the breeding males or something like that. But yeah, you guys are correct. No wider than the distance between the head of the eyes of the gecko and forgot what the other gentleman said, but he was right too.
Awesome. So Crested wants to correct the first gecko, the grayish one.
Oh, this is actually, it's called a midnight blizzard. It is a, I want to say rare, but it does happen where, okay, so you guys know what blizzard is, right? This is a normal blizzard. So a normal blizzard is what color, guys? It is a grayish purple color. A midnight blizzard is simply, there's nothing anybody did to get it other than some blizzards pop out darker than others. If you selectively keep the blizzards that pop out darker like this, and you keep breeding them to other blizzards that are darker, then that's called line breeding. And statistically, you're going to get darker animals. And so that's what that's called a midnight blizzard. It's not a separate morph. It's not a separate mutation. It's just simply a different variance of blizzard. You could choose them lighter or you could choose them darker. This one's called midnight.
Awesome. My phone's off the hook. I'm not sure why I'm so popular today.
I see that.
That's because I'm here with this
You hear
guy. They know I'm with this amazing guy.
They want first personal
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Check
So
this out.
while you show me, Serena says, I believe that was when the gecko ate that bug. Waxworms, I give Oren 2 every other weekday or weekish. And then Big LED says, thanks for that, man. Really enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. Love to see your growth.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And speaking about growth, here's our desire, guys. We want to hold back a lot of animals this year. Take a look at the wall we got, Sean. We have a decent amount of animals, guys. We could sell. We're scheduled to have like 300 babies this year. We could sell all of those babies, but we don't want to do that. And let me tell you why. We want to keep back like 200 out of those 300 so that next year we can have a vast amount of breeders bringing us hundreds, if not between 1,000 to 2,000 baby geckos that are all super high quality, because I focus on high quality here. The orange, the stripes, the yellow, the snows, everything we got is handpicked and selected by myself for quality. I want to bring to you guys the highest quality gecko that I can for the most affordable or lowest price. For me to do that, I need to have a significant amount of babies. And this is how you grow your own collection. You start with 2 geckos and you hold back the babies for like 2 to 3 years. Because leopard geckos, you can breed for male and female. Breed for female the first year and hold back all of those babies. Breed for male the next year and hold back like 2 or 3 of the best of those babies, and the rest you could sell. Because you always need more females than you need males. One male can breed to like 10 females in a season, but one female can only breed to one male in a season. So you need more females to male ratio. We have about 30 males here in our collection, and we have close to 70 females. So that's kind of the ratio that we're looking at. While I answer a question, check this out from Geckopia. It's his new 3.0 triple feeder dish. Chris is his name from Geckopia. We had him on the show a couple months ago, and he was generous enough to send this to us. So what other questions you got?
Yes, sir. So Preston wants to say we bought ours as a Murphy's patternless, but she almost matches the Melanistic Murph's pattern. I have no clue what she is. I am not sure.
So send me a picture if you do. It's always easiest if I can see the picture. geekygecko@gmail.com, and I will take a look at the picture. Tell me the information you have on the animal, and I'll give you my best input and thoughts on what that animal is, or answer the question you have.
Awesome. And then Serena has a couple questions. Frank, do you have any of the black geckos? And then her second question is, wait, how will you keep them? Won't that be inbreeding?
So if I'm understanding the question correctly, the way that we got tangerine geckos, let me show you guys something. So I'm gonna do a video on this, but I need to explain the difference between line breeding and mutation breeding. So snow geckos, take a look at this, Sean. Snow geckos are mutation breeding, meaning that there is a genetic tweak in this gecko's DNA so that every time you breed this gecko to another gecko, it's going to produce snow geckos. 100% of the time. When you breed that gecko, it's going to pass on that trait, and it's going to alter the look or the appearance of the gecko. That's called mutation. I don't know what I'm going for. Mutation changes. There are finer tuned changes in the leopard gecko world called line breeding changes. Let me show you an example. Let me show you a couple examples. This, my friends, is not a mutation change. You cannot breed this animal to a normal animal and get stripes automatically. Stripes come through many, many years of line breeding. When you take a female that looks like this with the stripes, oh, someone's scratching in there. I need to. And you combine it. Check out this male. So, do you see how this male also has stripes? The female has stripes. The male has stripes. So, therefore, statistically, what is going to happen to the babies? The babies will have stripes. That's called line breeding. When you select qualities from one animal and you want to continue those qualities and expound upon those qualities by breeding it with another animal that has similar qualities. Black Knight is the same, and Tangerine is the same. But after a while, like you were saying, you want to outcross those lines. You want to outcross those lines into fresh blood so that you can start a new lineage of that specific look or look that you're going for, or line bred trait that you're going for. So to answer your question, yes, if you breed 10 years in a row, brother to brother, sister to sister, father to daughter, 10 years in a row, eventually you'll start to see some genetic issues that arise. But it's not like human beings. Human beings, genetic issues happen right away. You know what I mean? Like, forgive my way of putting this, but like if a brother and a sister were to get together and have a baby, there would be immediate consequences in generation 1. For geckos and reptiles, it's not the same. You can go 10 to 15 generations of inbreeding family members and you won't see any genetic problems.
Awesome. So there's a couple questions, but Serena just asked a question. No, yeah, I understand, but like if JBS baby is a dude, you can't make more babies with her kid, right?
If Jellybean's baby is a male, no, I can. I will breed Jellybean. So Jellybean is one of our females here. So you don't. It's not important what morph she is for this part of the conversation, but Jellybean is a female. If she has babies that are males, you can pair those males back to the mom. That's okay. I think that's what Serena was asking, but that is okay. You can pair offspring to parents, brother to sister, for a certain amount of time until you start to see genetic defects. With leopard geckos, that number appears to be anywhere between the 10 to 15 mark. You know, there's not a lot of data that has been recorded about this. So it's hard for me, who's only been breeding these 3 years, to give you that kind of data. I'm recording the data now, but I can tell you the way that we got tangerines, the way that we got black knights, the way that we got bold stripes is by 10 years of inbreeding and constantly breeding back animals that have similar characteristics. As long as there are no genetic defects that are popping up, you can continue to breed in that bloodline. Now, caveat to that, why are we working with pure species like this? This is an Afghanicus, pure species. It's completely different blood than any of the black knights that we have. Why are we working with 3 different lines of pure species? Afghanicus, Fasciolatus, and Turkmenicus. All 3 of those bloodlines are pure and separate than the normal Macularis bloodline. The reason we're doing that is so that we can start to have fresh bloodlines. Because if we want this hobby to continue 20 to 30 years into the future, we need fresh bloodlines at some point to be carrying on those genetics. We've gotten, within the last 30 years, we've gotten as far as we have with inbreeding, but to survive another 50 years of this hobby, we do need to outcross and we do need fresh blood. And that's why we're working with so many pure bloodlines. And if you want to introduce that into your collection as well, let us know. We will have pure bloodlines available next year for sale as well, like tons of them, 100% pure, so that you can always have fresh blood in your collection.
Awesome. So Frank, we got a lot of questions and comments and
Okay.
Awesome stuff. So I'm just gonna go down it. Okay, awesome. You ready?
Yes.
So right off the bat, we got Miroslav. He said inbreeding is very common and basically cannot be avoided.
That's correct. Sorry, Sean, I just got to close this door.
You're fine.
Because the cat, I heard scratching, and that's why I'm like, my reptile ears. So I have a cat in the house, right? I need to be careful. The cat does not ever have access to the reptiles. So I'm always on alert, like whether the cat is close to the reptiles, if I need to close the door. I always close the doors behind me. So I apologize about that, but my reptile senses went off, you know, like spidey senses.
Awesome.
Same thing with that. There's bleach water in there. I need to close that so the cat doesn't drink the bleach water.
Awesome. And then Big LED says, what's your favorite leopard gecko project you're working on?
So, favorite leopard gecko project is going to be Black Knight project right here. We are really excited to be working the Black Knight project. And we have some pretty good quality Black Knights. We have some Black Knights that are big, some Black Knights that are small, you know. This Black Knight right here, this is the darkest Black Knight that we have. She is actually old enough to breed, but again, talking about inbreeding, sometimes when you inbreed for too many generations, you'll get smaller animals. And so there's nothing wrong with this girl, but what we want to do is we want to take the Black Knight project and breed it into larger animals. And we do have some large Black Knight girls. We do. But that girl right there she's our darkest girl right there. You can see this is a Black Knight girl that is larger physically, but not as dark as the one from before. So you just have to pick your battles. And we're also breeding the Black Knight into fasciolatus, Turkmenicus, Afghanicus. We're really excited to be breeding it into pure bloodlines so that we can help pioneer this project for the next 20 to 30 years, and Black Knights can be around and available for anyone who wants to buy them. The more we produce, the lower we can get that price down so that they can be more affordable and available for everybody.
Awesome. So Crescent said, I'll send a picture of her to Instagram since I have to ask about the heat tape, but she essentially looks like Midnight, just a bit darker. Almost
nice.
Black purple.
Well, that's really good. If you guys have dark blizzards, keep them. They're not as common as more lighter colored blizzards.
Awesome. And then J, Leones de Vilo.
Yeah, that's my Spanish brother right there.
He donated $5.
Wow, Jay, thank you again. He's been hitting us up this week. That's like his 4th or 5th donation. Yeah, we need like a celebration button, like woo.
Yeah, he loves your videos, man.
I appreciate that, Jay. What do you want to see for that $5, man? I'll show you anything right now. Anything you want to see.
He definitely donated a while ago, so if he's still watching.
Oh, there's my wife. My wife's home. Hun, I'm here with Sean. You remember Sean?
What are you doing
here? Yeah, Sean's back.
No, I moved back.
Sean's back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Say hi to everybody, hun. We're on live. This is my wife, Whitney.
Hi.
So, I think Serena, she's on right now. She was wanting Whitney to make an appearance. I told Whitney she's being summoned and called to the live stream. So, look, your daughter's there. This is our daughter. The cat loves Whitney more than me. But every time Whitney comes home, the cat will like come and greet her. But this is progress, guys, because before, our cat would never come out when visitors were here. And Sean's a visitor. You never met the cat before, right, Sean?
No, never.
So she would never come out, and she's starting to get more comfortable. But anyway, how you doing? Do you need anything?
No, I'm good.
I tried to clean up a little bit.
Oh,
What do you think about that?
Serena says you're a champ.
You're a champ. Hon, I cleaned the counters. The kitchen and the living room, they were warped. They were looking horrible this morning, right? And then Sean was coming, and I cleaned it up a little bit. And I thought to myself, I was like, Whitney's really going to appreciate this. So I even wiped down the counters and stuff. I think you're going to flip out.
Well, I am flipping out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, she's really vocal because she wants to go outside.
Oh, so Whitney's going to take her outside because she likes to. She can go outside, but she needs to be monitored. The cat needs to be monitored so she doesn't jump over the neighbor's fence. So hit me with a question, but check this out real quick.
Awesome.
I want to show off this. This is the new Geckopia triple dish bowl. You can put your calcium in here. You can put your food in here, like mealworms or cockroaches, superworms, and then you could put water in here, and then you could also use this piece as a scooper to scrape off any poo that gets stuck to your cage. So he sent us this as a generosity, as a thank you for having him on the live stream. So I just want to say thank you again to Chris and turn any of you guys on to him. He's got a really nice leopard gecko channel as well. It's called Geckopia, and he has some cool videos and stuff that he does in the leopard gecko community. So
awesome. So Juan says, hi, beautiful animals. Can you explain to me how you know if geckos have parasites or don't?
Very good question. So we actually had a gecko here. Parasites will start to make the gecko wither away. So okay, let me rewind. All geckos have parasites. The same with all humans have microbials, and I'm not a scientist, so I don't know all the correct terms, but you got stuff living in your gut, right? You got bacteria, microbials. There's all kinds of stuff living in you that you are unaware of. It has a symbiotic relationship with you, meaning that it lives off you and you live off it in a way because it keeps you clean of like bad bacteria and stuff like that. Leopard geckos are the same. Naturally, most reptiles will have some kind of bacteria slash microbials slash parasites already inside of them. But it does not give the animal a problem unless they get a bad parasite from like a cricket. Most insects are where reptiles will get bad parasites from. So there's a couple, I don't know the names, but there's a couple parasites that will start to take over the gecko's body, and the gecko will be eating food, and the parasites will be taking all of the nutrients from the food, and the gecko will literally be withering away before your eyes. It will be pooping green, it will be runny poop, and it will be getting skinny. Now, all of that being said, we had a gecko here that did all of that for us the last 6 months, and I never got the opportunity to treat her for parasites. I bought a microscope, and I was going to take a sample of her poo and observe it under the microscope and see what kind of parasites she had, but I never did that. 6 months later, she started withering away a little bit. We kept an eye on her. Her poo was green. She was getting skinnier, but she wasn't like deathly skinny. 6 months of that, guys, we went through. And guess what? Now she's eating again. She's pooping normal. She's putting on weight. What in the world happened with this animal? I don't know. Sometimes geckos will just go on strike. It happens with pregnant females. Sometimes you will see green poop from pregnant females. Sometimes you will see green poop from normal animals. But in general, the way that you know that you have a parasite, or the way that you know that you have an imbalance of parasites, is that the gecko will get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, will stop eating, and will poop green or runny poo. If that happens to you, go to beardeddragon.co. Email me if you need the exact website. But if you do a Google search for reptile parasite medication, you will come across a website that says beardeddragon.co or .com. They allow you to buy whatever parasite medication you need. The medication only has like a 1 to 2 year shelf life, and you need a syringe to deposit it into the gecko's mouth. So if you start noticing problems with your gecko, talk to somebody who is more experienced. You could email me or call me up anytime, and I'll talk to you about what I know. But go to beardeddragon.com, beardeddragon.co, and you can buy medication from them for parasites and treat your gecko with the appropriate amount of medication so that your gecko can now have a restored balance of parasites. So I'm going to get some water, but let me know what I missed, Sean.
Awesome. I am going to get some water too. I'll follow you.
I think yours is the plastic, right?
Actually, if you wanted to sit down, you could do the face camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we are, I think we're at Crested.
Okay, so you got, oh nice, I can eat some oatmeal there. So
Yeah.
you guys are not liking the beard, huh? I mean, not liking the clean face, huh? So we're at Crested.
Go down.
Oh, we're down. You've been doing good, huh?
Oh, thanks, bro. Right here. Choose the same that you have.
Oh, let me turn this mic around real quick. Okay. I love the Geckopia bowls. I have all of my geckos set up with them. Nice. Yeah, Chris from Geckopia, he was really cool to set us up with one of those bowls for free. We love free things, right? So talking about free things again, guys, I just want to drop the idea by you guys again, but we are probably going to start a subscription Patreon soon. And if you're subscribed to Geeky Gecko Creations channel, we're going to let you into some people do bonus content, right? Inside access content. And we might do some of that. But my main desire is to do giveaways. I want to do a monthly giveaway where people who belong to different commitment tiers can have a chance to win a dubia roach colony, win some heat tape, win a free gecko, a high quality gecko, a normal gecko. You know, that's kind of stuff that I'm looking into right now. But if you're interested in that, let me know. We just need certain amounts of people committed to each tier, like 5 to 10 people committed to each tier, so that we can afford to, you know, give that stuff away. Somewhat Serena sub to you. You know his name? Did you tell your name?
No, I think.
Oh, maybe Geckopia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, Sean, you got a reptile channel? Let me find out. I feed hornworms, roaches during pregnancy with my geckos, every once in a while to keep the. Yeah, that's a really good idea, Jay. Every once in a while, feed those cockroaches hornworms to keep them in good condition. Thank you a lot, man. Really appreciate it. Of course. Would it be possible to cross the giant genetic with the Black Knights? Absolutely. It would just take a little bit of time because when you take a pure black, and we want to do this, guys. We want to breed Black Knights into giants. When you take a pure Black Knight and you breed it to a giant that is not Black Knight, those babies are only going to be 20 to 40% black. So that means out of those babies, you have to grab the darkest babies and breed it back into the Black Knight line and back to the giant line, back to the Black Knight line, back to the giant bloodline. So it's constantly this back and forth. Yeah, so we'll show you. Serena wants to see Jelly Bean and her babies. So
yes.
And if you could flip the mic, that'd be great.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot out of me doing the filming, bro. I'm not even joking.
I mean, we're almost at an hour and a half, bro.
I was doing 3 hours the last couple of nights, and all you guys stuck with me. I really appreciate that. It's taken so much of a toll on me, though, like my voice and everything. I just need to get used to it.
Awesome. What are we looking at?
We're gonna go check out some geckos.
Ooh.
Oh, Sean, you got the time by chance? Remember, I need to go to the card place.
Oh, I got you, bro. It's 4.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we could do a little bit longer, and then I actually got a flat tire, guys. So on top of everything else, I need to go take care of that flat tire here in a little bit. But
awesome.
Let's check out Jelly Bean. So when you saw JBS before, Sean, or JB, this is what they were referring to. Now the reason I named this gecko Jelly Bean is because when she was younger, geckos, when they're younger, that's when they have the most pattern. And then sometimes the pattern fades out. She had this pattern on her back that looked like a jelly bean. It was crazy. So she is eclipse. She does not have full eclipse eyes or half eclipse eyes. She only has partial shading eclipse eyes. But she came from 2 tangerine parents, bright tangerine parents. But as you can see, when the eclipse gene gets inside of tangerine, it lightens up the color a little bit to make it more of a yellowish orange. So that's why we're holding back all of her babies, so that the most orange babies we can combine with her to create the most orange eclipses that we can, orange and albino, so that we can have an all red-eyed gecko that is as orange as possible. Now let's check out some of her babies. So let's check out her first babies of the year that were born. This was her first baby. Her first baby, I believe, is now shaping up to be an eclipse. It's hard to see their eyes when they're young because they're so flighty. But because this gecko is not so orange and because it has so very little pattern, I'm really believing that this gecko is eclipse. It's just hard to see the eyes until the gecko gets older. You know, but the other day I'm pretty sure I looked and I saw that the eyes are kind of shaded similar to Jelly Bean. Whoa.
Oh.
So we're gonna try to. So this is Jelly Bean's first baby of the year, and I'm gonna take the baby down to the ground so that I can try to look at the baby's eyeballs. And yeah, you guys can't see it, I don't think, but in the eyeball, I can see that there is shading of color. There's shading of the iris of the eye. So the eye is shaded to give that eclipse-like look. And so, you know, I was right. This is an eclipse gecko. You can tell kind of by the pattern. It has that eclipse pattern because it has a very minimal pattern. A lot of times eclipses will kind of have like that purplish bluish head. You can't see, but she has a purplish bluish head. This should be a female. They'll also have white feet. It's funny how they jump, huh? They could have white tips of the nose, white tips of the tail, white tips of the feet. faded out color, washed out pattern. They'll have oftentimes blue or spotting on the head, and of course the eyes will be shaded. And so this is officially an eclipse gecko, guys. I can call it now. I can see it. So she will be going into breeding so that we can make eclipse, tangerine, all red. She'll be going into breeding so that we can make all red eyes orange geckos. Did Chameleonis give another $5?
He did.
Thanks, bro. Man, you guys are
There, you got some other stuff.
awesome, Chameleonis. I appreciate that, brother. What happened?
Sorry.
Wait, I'd gladly... Wait, what?
Right here. Right.
I'm gladly?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gladly let my giant saffron... Oh, you didn't know how to interpret it?
No, I didn't. I was just stretching.
Sean couldn't understand, Crested. Hold on, let's see. I'd gladly let my giant saffron breed. Oh, I think that's the name of her, their gecko. Giant saffron breed to a female black knight to start something like this. That sounds amazing. Also, what happened to that gecko with the belly injury? So, unfortunately, that gecko with the belly injury passed away. That video of the injury was that gecko that gecko was unfortunately dead at that time. We think what happened, because the gecko's skin was shedding, we think that the gecko actually bit itself and cut itself open by accident. We checked all of the plastic in the gecko's cage. None of it was sharp enough where it should have cut the gecko open like that. And it was a big gash. It was like a 1/2-inch gash on a 3-inch gecko. That's pretty big. That's like, that, you know, on you, that would be like a foot-long cut. And so the only way that we thought that she could get that cut is if she was repeatedly biting or trying to get at that area. So we think that's what happened. And then, yeah, anytime there's donation, let me know, and I'll give specific shout-outs. But Chameleonis, thank you so much for your donations, bro. Again, all donations to Geeky Gecko Creations, guys, we want to build a visitable facility so that we can move out of my wife and I's house, which is occupied. 75% of our house is animals right now. We want to move into a giant facility where we can we can have kids visit, do birthday parties, and have a genetics lab on one side. We can have ball python breeding operation on the other side. And
that way I'll have a actual room.
Yeah, Sean will actually have a room for when he comes and stays. Also, we want to have an outdoor interactive facility so that you can go outside and interact and go into the cages with giant rhinoceros iguanas, giant reticulated pythons, crocodiles. That's where we're going, guys. We want to build Jurassic Park. So any of your guys' contributions, super chats, super stickers helps us get there. So appreciate it so much. Let me show a couple more jelly bean babies, and then we will be on our way. Let me know if I missed any comments or questions.
Oh, you're all good.
Here's two of my favorite geckos from Jelly Bean so far. So sometimes when you breed eclipses, they will throw out a line bred trait, which is called the reverse stripe, and it will be a patterning down the back of the gecko, and it's really weird and kind of like interesting how it happens, but you can see that, right, Sean, how it has like a stripe down the back?
Oh, yeah.
That's called reverse stripe. And obviously the sibling did not come out that way. The sibling is albino, and you can see it's moving around right now because of the sun, and its eyes are closed. Whereas this gecko has its eyes open. So touching on our last conversation, what we talked about, albinos definitely have more sensitive eyes. So...
And Crested wants to know, what gecko morphs are you absolutely obsessed with right now?
Oh, okay. I like to...
Watch out for the...
Thanks. Yeah, I've hit my head on that fan before.
See that.
I'm absolutely obsessed with the tangerine. I love tangerine. The tangerines that we have here, our specific line of tangerines are known to have high orange as well as high green content to them. And so that's what we focus on here at Geeky Gecko Creations, bright orange and bright green colorations. And so I love the Tangerine project. I also can't get enough of the Black Knight project. And I want to let you guys in on...
Looks like this guy wants out.
Yeah, they usually are. That's Jellybean right. Oh, yeah, that is Jellybean right there. She's crawling. They always do that, where they're like crawling like that. I love a good super snow. You can't tell me what you think of this, Sean, but you can't go wrong with this look right here. You can't go wrong with that look. It's just beautiful contrast. So easy to create. So that's a great first project. Whenever someone recommends, what morph do you recommend me starting with? I recommend you start with the snow morph, because with one copy of the snow genetic, you can get a snow gecko. With 2 copies, you get a super snow gecko. With super snow plus eclipse, you get an all black and white gecko with all black eyes and red slits in the eyes. It's pretty cool. So, should I show off another secret one, Sean?
Yes.
Whoa! These pure species sometimes, they have their way of being super feisty. And their poo really smells. I don't know why, but the poo really smells. It's like choking me out right now. So this, guys, is a project that I'm really excited about. I'm not going to bring it to market without you guys fully knowing what you're getting into. Or I'm not going to bring it to market if I see negative results. But as of right now, this one poops in my hand, so I actually can't pick it up because I don't want to get pooped on right now. But if you could see, Sean, try to get a visual of the eyes if you can, like get close enough. This gecko mutation right here is called the Frosty Turk Lemon Frost project. It wasn't started by me, but I'm working the project right now as well. Way back when the Lemon Frost gene was discovered, because the macularis bloodline that we're working with right now in leopard geckos is so muddied up and so used in the leopard gecko community, because we're not receiving any fresh imports in from the macularis line, what happened with the lemon frost is it started developing tumors in the geckos. Not every single gecko, and more tumors. The tumors didn't kill or hurt the geckos. There was a scientific paper done, but when you bred lemon frost to lemon frost, it created really bad and bloody, bulbous, tumor-looking stuff. So what we're trying to do with the lemon frost, because it's such a beautiful combination, is outcross it and get it away from the original bloodline as much as possible. And I've seen some hope with the original breeder that started this. He started this project, and we're not seeing any tumors, any growths, any problems whatsoever, any pain, anything with the geckos. They're thriving, they're breeding just fine. And so this is a project that I'm really excited about, and I will be displaying and talking more to you guys about as time goes on as well. But oh boy, their poop really does stink. I don't know why. And oh guys, I can't get away from the white and yellow. When you look at this gecko, it just has an enhanced coloration of yellows and greens to them, and this one is in shed right now, so it's kind of dark, but they just look fantastic. The white and yellow gene, especially in combination with tangerine. So
awesome. So a couple of questions. Serena has to hop off, but
thank you, Serena. Thank you for stopping by, and I'm glad you got to meet Whitney. Whitney will be making more appearances in the future as well.
awesome. And then Crested wants to know, is it hard to find a new genetics or make a new morph combo?
Yes, with leopard geckos, it is very hard. With ball pythons, it's not hard. Ball pythons currently has like 200 different genetic mutations. Leopard geckos is the second highest genetic combination reptile in the hobby. But by a long shot, ball python's got to beat. Ball python's got like 200 mutations. Leopard gecko's got like 50, or even less than that. It's like somewhere between 30 to 50. It's not that many. The ball python DNA is more prone to spontaneous genetic mutation. For example, let's say when Whitney and I have kids, we pop out a kid that has blue skin, or that has purple eyes.
Smurf?
We pop out a Smurf. Let's say we pop out a Smurf. That is and that is not a short joke on Whitney, because if you meet her, she's tiny, but she's powerful. So anyway, if we popped out a kid with blue skin, that would be a spontaneous genetic mutation. That happens more with ball pythons than it does with leopard geckos. The most recent, the last spontaneous morph that came to the leopard gecko world was like 15 or 20 years ago. It was a long time ago. With the exception of the cipher gene, which is being experimented around with right now by a company called Gecko Boa. A breeder named Gecko Boa is experimenting around with the cipher gene. And the cipher gene is not like a crazy mutation as far as we can tell right now. It does not alter the appearance of the gecko that dramatically or do anything that big, but there appears to be something going on. And until he tests it out more, he's not really going to be... They're very expensive right now if you want to buy into the project, and more data needs to be revealed on it. But yeah, leopard gecko genetics, it does not pop out spontaneous genetics as much as ball pythons. So
Sweet.
what temp are we? We're at 88. Okay.
421 right now.
421.
Yeah.
So we need to leave.
Probably like 4. I don't know.
Or are we gonna grab food after?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay, so we'll grab
I'm
food
gonna pass
after.
the camera to you. We got a couple more comments, and I'm gonna go get water.
Okay.
I think you're at that one.
Oh, she said bye, Sean. Too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's
Sean,
what you guys
Sean's
see?
making the appearance. So we love to have guests on here, guys. It's fun to meet people, right? Our buddy Sean. So I gotta hop going to dinner with my grandpa. Enjoy that, Serena. Enjoy that family time, you know. Take advantage of that. Of course, thank you so much. Bye, Sean. Nice to meet you as well. Hope we see you again. Yeah, Sean's now living in Arizona, guys. That's why he's here today. Is his big announcement is he's moved back from Montana to Arizona. He's a good friend of mine, so he'll be making more appearances here at the house, I'm sure. What's up again, John? Would you consider combining white and yellow with emerine in the future project? Yes, exactly, John. White and yellow goes great with tangerine. It also goes great with emerine. Those are the two that it goes best with, because white and yellow enhances the green color and also enhances the tangerine color, and therefore it just creates an eye-popping, eye-catching gecko. Growing up, we had one gecko that looked like a Cheeto. His name was Puff, and he was super angry little dude. That is awesome. Love that name. Trying to think if I should clean geckos while answering questions, or yeah, I'll probably clean geckos. Because I also need to clean snakes. What do you guys think? Should I clean geckos or clean snakes? Both need to be done tonight, but we're leaving here soon. So what time is it, Sean?
423.
4:23. So we're gonna have to leave here in 40 minutes. Ooh, 91. So see, this room is heating up, and this is with the blinds closed.
You can put the camera right there.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna stay here. I need to. I'll actually clean the leopard geckos first.
You might need to do part 2
I might.
because we haven't even gotten to that room.
Oh yeah, we didn't go to the snake room, but most people have seen the snake room.
Okay.
Oh, but you haven't seen the
I
snake room.
have not.
All right, come on in, Sean. All right, Sean, we're gonna video you seeing the snake room.
No,
All
I'll
right.
video it.
Here you go.
All right.
Let me wash my hands. All right, guys, it is getting hot. I need to open these doors up.
It is.
All right, bro, let's see what we got going on here. So, you want to see some snakes?
Yes, sir.
So, Sean, this is another project that we're into. So I want to say this is probably one of our most excited snake projects that we're into right now. Now, snake genetics are pretty crazy, right? This snake genetic, they come in, obviously, like I said, these are ball pythons. They come in like 200 different pattern colorations and mutations. So it's really cool to get into. This specific mutation is a new one that is on the rise. So this is a pretty expensive and valuable project right now because it's brand new and there's a lot that still needs to be explored with it. But this is called the puzzle gene. And as you can see, the pattern on the snake looks like a bunch of puzzle pieces that are all fitting together. And this specific snake comes from Aussie Boas, which is a very high quality line of snake. And the neck looks like a giraffe. You want to put one around your neck or something?
No, I'm good. Maybe another day. We'll do that as a live stream.
We'll do the we'll do
time with Sean.
Yeah, Serena was saying you got to come back.
Yeah.
They'll hope you be back. So you will be back. Let's see what else we got here. This is a different, so just to show you the different looks that they have, right? Here's another look. So
wow.
This one is a black pastel Mojave, het piebald, and het lavender albino. So this is another look of a snake that you can attain. Now, this one's probably one of my favorite ones right now. Let me show you. Where is it? Right here. Check out this witch cauldron right here. Look how cool. Like her pattern to me, her pattern just reminds me of like hieroglyphics or like a witch's spell, right?
Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool. So for anyone who knows about ball python genetics, our goal here with ball pythons is to lay heavy into the puzzle project. So, and here's some babies, Sean. Take a look at some babies. Probably I want to say our best looking, one of the best looking babies we have is pretty unique and cool. This one. Look at that look. It's just so like purplish, like faded out. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but purplish color, pinkish purplish color, faded out. Looks pretty cool. So ball pythons, they're kept basically the same as leopard gecko, guys. Tubs and 90-degree hotspot. You know? Here's, let's see if we can get a small one. Here's a little one.
It is almost 4:30.
Yeah, we're probably ended here soon. Here's a little one. This is like the size when they first come out, a little bit smaller than this.
And then they become that big one?
And then they become, yeah.
Wow.
But that's as big as they get. So you don't have to worry about them getting gigantic. Unlike, I'll show you our Rose Boa. Okay, guys, so we've made it. We've made it to the last animal of the evening that we're going to show. A pregnant Rose Boa. I can't pick her up. I can't touch her because she's pregnant. We have the male up here. I want to show you how big this girl is. That'd be crazy if we caught a live birth on camera. But she is, you see her all the way in the back there, Sean?
No, I do not.
All right, take a look down there. She's a 7.5 foot snake. Let me show you her. Let me show you her, the male counterpart here. So I'm really excited about Rose Boas. They look really cool. They're easy to take care of. They're fairly well-mannered. They're good eaters. You're like, what's coming out of this cage right now? Boom.
Honestly, I am. Yeah.
So this is our male. Our male is about 6.5, 7 feet. And he's actually getting ready to shed. So we're gonna clean his, see that pink belly? That pink belly means they're getting ready to shed. But I love the Rose Boa. They have the best temperament. They get kind of larger than your average ball, much larger than your average ball python, but this is as big as they get. So you never have to worry about them getting too big for you. So
Wow.
the last thing that we're going to do, this guy actually needs a cleaning and new substrate. So Sean, for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to clean this guy's cage. You just let me know if there's any questions or anything, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll put this guy around your neck, and then you can just rock and roll.
Yeah, that's like not.
That is not going to happen. This is why I love these tubs. They're so easy to clean. All right, so this is how we're gonna clean it. I want to get him a little bit wet because he's shedding and his skin is kind of dry right now. Sean, I think he's taller than you.
Yeah.
Taller than me.
How big is he?
He's about 7 feet.
Oh my gosh. Does not look like 7 feet.
Yeah. So Rose Boas, they have some of the nicest attitudes.
Really?
Yeah. Of the large boa world.
That is crazy.
All right, so let me show this, Sean. Here's a good way that you can clean off your plastic cages.
Yep.
Just drizzle some soap on there. Let it get all sooty, and then take something like this and just scrub the floor clean. And that's it. I like seeing them in their natural habitat element like this.
Oh yeah, totally.
All the birds always go crazy when I let the large snakes out like this.
Really?
This male has grown, bro. He's definitely got bigger. He was only like 6.5 feet last year. He's definitely pushing 7 feet right now for sure. You should like lay down next to him. Go put you next to him and take a picture for your mom.
Oh my god.
You want to do that?
I feel like you're gonna kill me. No. I'm good. Not right now.
All right,
So, Crested has some things to say.
Yep.
Alright. So, growing up, we had one gecko that looked like a Cheeto. His name was Puff, and he was super angry little dude. I mean, and then this is his next comment. I mean, I'm feeding and cleaning my geckos while I watch. We're gonna try to pair my giant with the dark blizzard, or whatever she is at some point today. My overall favorites with ball pythons is pieball ball pythons.
Yeah, pieballs are great.
Or the ones that get jack-o'-lanterns with the patterns.
Okay, yeah. And that's why we're really heavy working the puzzle project, because they have such a cool pattern. And then we're gonna put puzzle into piebald eventually as well. But for right now, we're going for color first. We want to try to get like an all reddish orange puzzle snake.
You know, stand in your way, so the sun.
I'm trying to feel to see if I got all. So sometimes the P, which is called the urates, it will get stuck to the plastic. So you need something like this to kind of scrub it off. Is Effie out here?
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good. So we're just gonna do the old dumperoo.
Dumperoo.
You see that urate right there?
Yep.
So that's what we need. It's caked on there, you see that?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll use bleach and stuff too, but today's not a bleach day. Dawn dish soap, guys, Dawn dish soap is great. It's one of my favorite cleaning products. Sometimes when the long sponge doesn't do the trick, the short one will, like this.
Preston also says we also had a red-tailed boa growing up that my younger brother named Jason.
Oh, cool.
Since he was struck at everyone and was very aggressive.
So you really had a lot of animals growing up. That's cool. Jason, like Freddy and Jason. So yeah, let me know. I think this is going to be our final live stream of the day because tonight I have some breeding and cleaning to get to, and I really need to focus on that. I also have to get my tire fixed in my car. So if there's any like last questions, let me know. We're probably going to get off here in the next like 5 minutes or so. So I appreciate all you guys being here, and you know, whoever's left, Crescent, I thank you guys so much. Jay Camillones for your 2 donations today, and anyone else who did. Thank you guys. Let me know if you have any last questions for now.
Do you read John Thesis message?
Maybe not. What did it say?
Okay, he just said, hi again. Would you consider combining I'm not sure what WY means.
Oh, white and yellow.
White and yellow with emerald.
You're learning the lingo.
I am. Okay, so the question was...
Yeah, I did. He answered his question before. Yeah, I would definitely white and yellow, tangerine, and white and yellow and tangerine go great together.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I would do with white and yellow. Can I jump that way, Sean, real quick?
No.
Never. Any other questions or?
Preston said our house was a zoo. Geckos, snakes, horses, dogs, small animals, you name it. I'll shoot you those DMs on Instagram. I'll probably have to continue pairing.
Okay. Yeah, let me go in the shade real quick. Shoot me in the shade. So yeah, definitely. If you need to message me anything, yeah, geekygecko@gmail.com or message me Instagram or Facebook. So were there any last questions, Sean, that we missed?
Jay said I would love to join the tier giveaway.
Oh, nice. Okay, Jay, I'm going to be putting a little bit more thought to it, and I'll definitely be letting you know as well as other people, because I think it's a great monthly fun kind of activity that we could participate in. Right now, I just don't know how many people would be willing to commit to a tier, and for us to do the giveaways and, you know, cover our expenses and all that kind of stuff, we really need to be making at least the value or the cost of the thing that we're giving away. I'm sure you understand that concept that I'm trying to explain, but I'm going to try to throw some more questions out there. I'm going to officially start a Patreon, and then I might do something like this. As soon as we have like 5 or 10 people in the tier, that'll be the first giveaway. So maybe month 1 won't be the giveaway if we don't have 5 to 10 people, but maybe month 2 will be the giveaway. And then from that point forward, as long as every month we have the same amount of people in that tier or more, then we can do giveaways every single month until next year when we're balling and we could just give stuff away no matter who's in the tier. But
Crescent said he will definitely be a patron.
oh, thank you so much. That would be awesome. Yeah, so I'm learning about Patreon right now. I'm kind of newer to it, but I see that it is a term that a lot of people are comfortable with and familiar with. So I'm doing my research and studying up on that. It seems like they were, you know, I don't know what you guys think about this time of day for the live stream. It seems like more people were, they like the live stream like later in the evening, but I don't know. I kind of like to throw a little variety in there. I do leave little notifications on my YouTube posts. So I did leave a notification earlier. Yeah. Who?
Oh no.
Where is he?
Right here.
Oh. Thanks. You're absolutely right.
Good call out.
Good call out. I totally forgot about this dude. This is my dude right here. I love this guy. He's Hulk. His name is Hulk because he's big, but he's sweet. So, yes, I will get back to you
Hey,
guys on the Patreons. Yeah.
Jay just donated $5.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate that, brother. Really, really appreciate that. Like I was saying, I think this is going to be the last live stream for the day. I need to get some cleaning and stuff done tonight, spend a little time with the wife. Sean's in town, so we're going to hang out a little bit. He's going to help me go get my tire fixed. But I thank you guys, humbly thank you guys so much for all of your donations, your time, your questions. We're going to get Hulk put away here. And I will shoot a community post tomorrow on what time we do the live stream, if we're able to do a live stream tomorrow. But I want to try to do one every night for you guys if I can. Or maybe I'll do like a Monday through Friday thing so I can like spend time with my family and stuff on the weekends. But we'll see. I want to do it as much as I can for you guys. So Hulk is saying goodbye. I think he wants to crawl over to Sean.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Sean's about the lizards, but not the snakes. So thank you guys. Love you guys. I will see you in the next live stream. And talk to you later. Have a good rest of your day.
All right.
Oh, you know how to end it too.